The continued focus on global trade has reached ridiculous proportions today. Oranges from Argentina are now sold in supermarkets in citrus-growing regions of Spain, while the UK not only exports oats, but imports them too. Let me stress, this is not happening because of efficiencies of scale or some natural law of supply and demand. Taxes, subsidies, and regulations, the three primary mechanisms our governments use to shape the direction of the economy. These have all been used to favor global businesses over local, regional, and even nationally based industries. Free trade treaties have scrapped the rules that once kept businesses and banks more accountable to democratic processes, thereby freeing them from taxes and from the law. Meanwhile, every place-based business, from the tiniest family business to national industries, is being squeezed by taxes and regulations. They're ensnared in ever more red tape and bureaucracy. With virtually every country succumbing to this free trade dogma, big global players have the upper hand, not only over their nationally based competitors, but also over governments themselves. That's because corporations, untethered to any particular place or country, can threaten to move their operations elsewhere if governments fail to meet their demands. And what are those demands? Cheaper labor, cheaper resources, lower taxes, and the scaling back of environmental and social protection. But perhaps most shocking of all is that trade treaties now include investor-state dispute settlements, or ISDS clauses. These give global corporations the right to sue governments for doing anything that might obstruct the corporation's potential profits. Just recently, an Australian gold mining company sued the Thai government for 1.3 billion Australian dollars. This was because the government closed down company mines that were leaking toxic heavy metals into the surrounding rice fields. Finance has also been deregulated. Private banks have been given the freedom to, in effect, create money out of thin air by lending it into existence. Much of the ensuing debt is not backed by real-world wealth, but by phantom wealth, based on expectations of future growth or of speculative profits. This has allowed giant private banks to provide the capital that global corporations need to embark on new extractive projects. In short, the global financial system is a vast speculative casino. We've allowed investors, guided by algorithms, to bet on the value of national currencies, resources, labor, and mortgages, and ultimately to play with people's lives. In 2008, this financial casino tumbled like a house of cards. There was widespread awareness then that the financial system needed to be more tightly regulated. But the financial institutions responsible were instead bailed out with government funds, and only very limited reforms were put in place. Now most of these have already been reversed.
As a result, our entire economy is in danger. So I propose that the federal government reduce the risk posed by these troubled assets and supply urgently needed money so banks and other financial institutions can avoid collapse and resume lending.
The unregulated financial casino is expanding again. Our governments aren't really in power. Instead, there is a de facto global government of interlinked corporations and banks. They determine policy, direct the flows of capital worldwide, and make decisions that deeply affect the entire planet, that deeply affect all of us.